And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It does look as though Liverpool have agreed an incoming transfer. Yes, after a bit of speculation, this has now been confirmed by transfer gurus such as Fabrizio Romano and The Athletic. First signing has been done. We are going to be getting into that story just in a little while, but we've also got a bit of an update from Fabrizio Romano with regard to another potential signing. There's been a player that there were sources coming from sort of South America saying that Liverpool were in talks over a certain player. However, we didn't really see our sort of journalists, the ones in the sort of UK, coming out and talking about it, but Fabrizio Romano has had his say on this potential incoming. So we're going to be discussing quite a few different bits and pieces in today's video. But as always, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more. The race is on to 100,000 subscribers. So do subscribe and help out the channel. And I'll keep you on the straight and narrow throughout this January transfer window and beyond into the rest of the season and into the summer. Let's get into it. So here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Confirmation, this is what we all wait for, is here we goes from Fabrizio Romano. Liverpool agreed deal to sign 17-year-old Austrian centre-back Ifeanyi Ndawuke for summer 2026. Here we go. Agreement in place, valid from July. Austria Vienna accepted the proposal as reported today, seen as a huge talent, and of course the player said yes to the Liverpool project. Another one of these signings, we see Liverpool do this quite a lot, sign a lot of these sort of younger players, 17, 16 years old, of course coming to the first team. You see how quickly it moves. Rio Nugama, Ben Doak, all of these other players that have kind of followed a similar path. It happens very, very quickly where they get into the sort of first team. So I wouldn't shrug your shoulders and go, oh, well, he's not going to be playing. He probably will be in and around the first team setup straight away. 17 years older, and he looks like a player for the future, but certainly going to be a player that's going to play sort of here and now as well going into the summer. So another one of these signings, and certainly could be an exciting one. If you are a subscriber of Panenka, we will do a full breakdown of this player in the next video. So yeah, we'll do that breakdown at some point. But that's first signing done. Whilst not coming in January, summer 2026, regardless, first deal has been confirmed. Now, moving on to another player, ladies and gentlemen, is of Club Brugge, João Ordonez. Now, again, we've seen lots of reports circulating from sort of South America and all these other areas that Liverpool are close to securing a deal for this player. However, Fabrizio Romano has simply just said the relationship between Liverpool and Club Brugge is very good. Liverpool are currently scouting the player as a centre-back, as they are with several players, but at the moment, nothing has been agreed or is done. So, a lot of reports stating that, I've seen in the comment section below, a lot of people asking me about João, quite a lot. And I understand that there is a lot of sources, there's a lot of reports coming from South America about this. However, it does seem as though that they are ahead of the mark. It's not that sort of, it's not that far into negotiations or anything just like that. However, Fabrizio Romano has said that they are scouting the player as a potential centre-back, but nothing has been agreed or anything is done as of yet. So a bit of a transfer update for you this morning. So yeah, that's what we've got with regard to all of this.
In other news, Unai Emery has confirmed that Aston Villa will not be pursuing a permanent deal for Harvey Elliott, revealing the club made the decision 2 months ago that they were not prepared to commit to the terms of his signing. The admission brings clarity to a situation that has quietly stalled since early autumn, with Elliott effectively frozen out of first-team contention to avoid triggering a costly obligation. Elliott arrived at Villa Park last summer on loan from Liverpool after being offered only a limited squad role at Anfield. The agreement included an obligation to buy for £35 million once the midfielder reached 10 appearances, a clause that initially suggested Villa saw him as a meaningful part of their long-term plans. However, he has remained stuck on 5 appearances since the start of October, a clear indication that the club had already decided against allowing the deal to become permanent. That position was laid bare by Emery this week. Speaking candidly, the Villa boss explained that the obligation clause had become the central issue. The problem we have with Harvey is this year he is on loan, and in case he is playing matches, we must buy him, Emery said. We decided 2 months ago we are not convinced to sign him, spending the money we need. This is the issue. Despite that, Emery was keen to stress the human element of the decision, acknowledging the difficult position Elliott has been placed in. He is training every day, very good with us to help us in training, and, of course, it is not good for him or good for us, but it is football and sometimes we must take decisions that are not good for us, he added. I must take a decision but not damage the person because he's a very good person and player and he deserves the best. After he leaves, we can maybe use the position he is in to work for something. For Elliott, it represents a deeply frustrating turn of events. The 22-year-old left his boyhood club after an impressive summer, with England's under-21s in search of regular minutes, only to find himself excluded from matchday squads altogether. His last Villa appearance came on October 2nd, a 4-minute cameo from the bench. In total, he has managed just 167 minutes across 5 outings, including 2 starts and a solitary goal. The complications do not end there. Elliott is unable to join a third club in the same season after making a brief appearance for Liverpool at the start of the campaign, severely limiting his options. A potential move to MLS, where the new season would circumvent FIFA regulations, has been floated with Charlotte FC among the interested parties. However, according to the Times' Paul Joyce, MLS is not an option Elliott is contemplating, and, crucially, he will not be returning to Liverpool either. Liverpool's hands are tied by the structure of the loan. There is no recall clause in the agreement, and Villa have yet to formally approach the Reds about terminating the deal early, a move that would require financial compensation. While The Athletic's James Pearce reports that Villa are now evaluating options for ending the agreement and hope a revised deal can be struck, there is no resolution in place. From Liverpool's perspective, even a return would not guarantee a fresh start. While supporters may sympathise with Elliott's predicament, Arne Slot's limited use of him last season and his silence on the current situation suggests substantial minutes would still be far from assured. As it stands, Elliott remains stranded, valued too highly to play, yet not wanted enough to commit to. It is an uncomfortable impasse that reflects the harsh realities of modern loan deals, where contractual clauses can end up shaping careers as much as performances on the pitch. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.